Well, good morning. Well, or good afternoon, I guess, depending on what part of the world you're in. I'm Ron Brown. This is Tech for Senior. It is October 27th and a scary week, right, Hewie? It, it's going to be a scary week. So, speaking of scary, it's also Cyber Security Month. So, we wanted just to make sure that we do get our cybersecurity fill of in. So, some of the videos today we're going to talk about have to do with cybersecurity, and we'll be getting on with that in a minute because we have a big show for you today. I just want to remind everybody, of course, for those of you who read our Saturday newsletter, you will have a lot of information in there, including the quiz was all about cyber security. So please, if you haven't read it, make sure you do, and we will be talking again today about some of the new features on this. Huey, any comments before we get going?
Nope,
None? You're
quiet.
quiet.
I'm quiet today. Yeah,
All right.
I
And
got
we
a
want
lot
to
of
welcome
sleep for
Bill.
a change.
We want to welcome Bill James back. He informed us that he was in Italy not only with three women but with four women. So how do you get trips like that? I don't belabor the issue because we got a big show here. Don't tell us the whole story. Sounds like you had a good time though.
Had a great time.
All right.
Ate a lot of good food and drank a lot of good wine. That was
There
the
you
whole
go. Well,
idea.
that's what life
Yeah.
is all about. And where did Mike Leaman go? Are you around?
He disappeared earlier.
I'm back. Here I am.
You
You got to
must
make him a
be. Oh, there you
co-host
are.
again.
Oh, there you go. Welcome back. Welcome. And Mike's got a whole bunch of new stuff to talk about today. It should be exciting. So that's we're all ears for your new session there. Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. All right. Excellent. All right. So I want to get moving because we have a big show for you today and we need to move along. I have the first part is going to be just a short intro from myself and let me just Good morning. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. This is October the 27th and hopefully everybody's ready for a scary Halloween. Well, what is scary is, of course, cyber crime. And this, of course, is Cyber Awareness Month. And so our video today, the first one I have, is on cyber crime. But I've titled it The Loophole for New AI Browsers. Today, the second section selection for you I have, is on Comet's, it's on Perplexity's new AI browser called Comet. So I'd like you to sit back, relax. These are very interesting products, AI browsers. Last week we talked about Atlas, which of course is OpenAI's new AI browser, only available on the Mac. But of course, Comet is available on Windows and Mac OS. Now, as you look at me, you notice that I have some gray hair. And of course, that's because I've been around for a very long time. I want to take you back for a moment to Windows 95. Those of you who can remember, Windows 95 was, of course, released in 1995. But what was special about Windows 95? Well, of course, it was the inclusion of Internet Explorer. Prior to Windows 95, you had to purchase Internet Explorer as an add-on for Windows. But with Windows 95, Internet Explorer came in and was included and bundled in with the operating system. Now, yay, this is great. This was absolutely perfect. We didn't ever have to buy Internet Explorer again, and we would be connected all the time, and we'd be connected to the internet. This was going to be exciting. Well, it took about 24 hours before many systems were brought down by viruses. This occurs, of course, expanded over the next few months into a disaster. And you probably, if you lived in that time period, remember that the first year was a very rough and rocky road as we were plagued by constant viruses until we had something called antivirus software. And through the antivirus and anti-malware software, of course, we were able to get things under control, although Microsoft would spend the next 20 years trying to patch Internet Explorer from viruses, and of course it was not possible. And thankfully that piece of software is dead and never to be resurrected again, which is a good thing. Why I'm mentioning this to you is because having been through that, I think that I'm a bit leery about the new AI browsers that are just starting to appear. And of course, I follow a lot in technology because on our Thursday show, we have to keep pretty up to date. And everybody right now is sitting watching these AI browsers waiting for something to happen. And as you know, we have Copilot was just released this week with their new AI browser. We have, as I mentioned, Atlas and Comet. These are really great pieces of software, and I would encourage you to use them, but you need to be very cautious. Of course, they're built with security and protection in mind, but they've been released now, and we're really worried about what the potential is with, of course, AI. This could be, we haven't seen the nefarious side of AI yet, but it's coming, and you don't want to be the first one there. So pay attention to both these videos. I go over carefully what you should and shouldn't do and how you can use these products. I'm not saying you shouldn't use them. They're great products and you should, but you just have to be careful. So let's get on with the two selections I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoy them, and we'll talk in the Q&A. Okay, so that's the start. So let me play you the first video now.
Okay, let's talk about something that's happening right now. Probably in your inbox, maybe on your phone. It's this invisible war, the war on scams. And believe me, it's escalating way faster than most of us realize. So let's dive in and break down what's really going on.
And I'm not just being dramatic here. I mean, think about it. A scammer probably tried to reach you this week. Does that sound right? If you feel like you're constantly playing defense, dodging sketchy texts and weird emails, you are definitely not alone. There's actually a Pew Research survey that backs this up. For most of us, this is just a normal weekly thing now.
And something like this probably looks super familiar, right? Urgent, your package. This is the new face of fraud. We gotta forget the old days where you could spot a scam a mile away because of all the typos. That's long gone. Today's scams, they're slick, they're personalized, they impersonate brands we trust with honestly terrifying accuracy. And the whole game is designed to catch you in just one single moment when you're not paying full attention.
And it's not just one kind of attack either. Scammers have a whole playbook now. You've got those fake customer support pop-ups that try to make you panic. There's malvertising, that's malicious ads, going after high-value targets like crypto owners. You see fake travel websites with prices that are just too good to be true. And yeah, even those texts about unpaid toll fees, which are super clever because so many roads are cashless now. It is just a non-stop assault on our attention.
So let's zoom out for a second. What's the actual cost of this whole digital crime wave? Well, the numbers, they're pretty staggering. Okay, now this chart tells a really important story. See the blue line? That's the number of people reporting scams. It's kind of leveling off. But look at that orange line. That's the amount of money lost. It is just skyrocketing. So what does that tell us? It means the scams that are working are getting way, way more expensive and damaging.
Get ready for this number, $12.5 billion. That's how much the U.S. Federal Trade Commission says was lost to fraud in 2024 alone. And here's the kicker. That's only the stuff that people actually reported. The real number is almost certainly much higher.
And to give you a sense of how fast this is moving, that's a 25% jump in losses in just 1 year, from 2023 to 2024. So this problem isn't just growing, it's accelerating. It's like it's hitting the gas pedal.
Okay, now let's go global. The picture gets even crazier. We're talking about an estimated $1 trillion stolen by scammers in a single 12-month period. I mean, that's not just a crime wave. That's a global crisis. It's operating on the scale of an entire country's economy.
So, how in the world do you even begin to fight back against a trillion-dollar criminal industry? Well, the first line of defense might actually surprise you. It's the tech we're already using every single day.
Let's take a look at how it's being turned into a shield. One of the key strategies is all about speed. It's about shrinking the window of opportunity for attackers. It used to be that when a security flaw was found, companies had like a 90-day grace period to fix it. Well, that's changing. Elite security teams like Google's Project Zero are basically putting companies on the clock, announcing a bug's existence within a week. That public pressure forces everyone to patch way faster, slamming the door shut on criminals before they can really do any damage.
And what this all means is that protection isn't some extra app you have to go out and install anymore. It's being baked right into the tools you already use. It's like having a built-in digital bodyguard. You know, your messaging app can now use on-device AI to warn you about sketchy links in real time. There are new tools to verify you're actually talking to the person you think you are. And they're even making it easier to recover your accounts with help from a trusted friend if you get locked out. It's all about building a safety net.
And this quote here from some folks at Google really nails it. In a world where malicious content is almost indistinguishable from the real thing, these features are designed to help you avoid scams altogether. That's the core of the problem, right? The fakes are just too good now. Our own eyes can't be trusted anymore. So we need the technology itself to be engineered to spot the tiny giveaways that we humans just can't see.
But look, tech alone isn't a silver bullet. It can't be. To take down these huge global criminal networks, it's going to take a massive, coordinated effort, one that goes way beyond just the code on our devices.
So, in the US, you've basically got this Team USA of federal agencies on the case. The FBI is the lead investigator, running the Internet Crime Complaint Center. The Department of Justice is there to prosecute these folks. You've even got the Secret Service involved, safeguarding our financial systems. And Homeland Security Investigations tackles the international side of things. It's a true multi-agency response, because this is a multi-front war.
And this isn't just happening in the States. It's a global thing. All around the world, countries are figuring out that no single group can solve this alone. So we're starting to see these incredible new alliances forming, especially between banks and telecom companies. You know, the two industries scammers love to impersonate and exploit. From the UK to the Philippines to Singapore, they're creating systems to share intelligence and shut these scams down together, in real time.
And this quote from a PwC report just sums it all up. The core of solving the problem lies in joint collaboration, sharing data when needed. That's the new reality. The old way of every company just building its own walls and defending its own castle, that's over. It doesn't work. The only way forward is to work together.
So where does this all go from here? What's the future of this fight? Well, just as our defenses are getting smarter, you can bet the threats are too. And as we're about to see, the single most important piece of this entire defense system, well, it might just be you.
Yeah, security experts are already looking over the horizon at the next big thing, and it's malicious AI agents. Just imagine this for a second. You have an AI assistant that's supposed to help you out, but a scammer hijacks it. Suddenly, that AI could be running thousands of super sophisticated, personalized scams on your behalf at a speed and scale that makes today's stuff look like child's play.
And the risks here really boil down to two big problems. First, you've got rogue actions. That's where the AI gets tricked into doing something bad, like sending money from your account because it has your permission. The second one is sensitive data disclosure. Basically, the AI gets manipulated into spilling your private info to a bad guy. Figuring out how to contain these powerful tools, that's the next big challenge for sure.
Okay, so let's put all the pieces together. We've got this incredible multi-layered shield being built around us, right? You have the tech companies building automatic protections right into their products. You have government agencies hunting down the criminal networks. You have entire industries teaming up to share intel. But even with all of that working together, there is one final critical layer that makes the whole thing hold up.
And that final layer is you. Look, technology and law enforcement can build higher walls, but you are the one who holds the key to the gate. You're the final line of defense. Every single time you pause for just a second before you click, every time you question that urgent request, you're not just protecting yourself. You are actively strengthening the entire global defense system. So the digital world has all these new guardians, but the real question is, are you playing your part?
All right, just before we move on to the second video I have for you, I just want to remind everybody, if you have to leave early today, our premiere video that we have for you at ℏ we'll be talking about, I'll be talking about Google Fi and even how that can be a benefit to snowbirds going south. Chris Gould's going to talk about removing backgrounds in your photos. And Hewie, it probably doesn't remember doing this video, but he's going to talk on, and I think this was a great video, Chrome browser shortcuts, because maneuvering around through your browser can be so much easier if you use shortcuts, and he's going to review all the shortcuts that you can do. And I listened to it, and I use some of those now. It was a good video, and I think it's great. So those will all be coming at 1/2 All right, now I want to move on to a video I have about Comet. Comet is the new browser from AI browser from Perplexity. So let's see what I have to say about the browser. Hello everyone, Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Today we're looking at something brand new in the browser world, and it's got the tech world buzzing. It's called Comet, and it comes from the same people who built Perplexity AI, one of the smartest AI tools out there today. Now you might be thinking, another browser. Don't we already have enough? But this one's different. Comet isn't just a window to the web. It's more like having a smart assistant built right into your browser. In the next 15 minutes, we'll talk about what Comet is, show off a few of its coolest features, and look at the pros and cons and explain why it might just become your next favorite way to surf the web. So let's jump in. All right, so let's get installing Comet. Now, all you have to do is go to perplexity.ai/Comet. And you'll see the screen as it is here, and you just click the download Comet. It is available in 2 downloads, one for Mac OS and the other, of course, for Windows. In Canada, I just checked the Play Store. The mobile app is coming for Comet, but it's not available yet in the Play Store. I recorded my install for you, so I want you to sit back, relax. The install is super easy to do. There's a few selections. I want you to watch carefully as I make those selections. I'll see you after this short video. So exactly what is Comet? Comet is a brand new browser built on Chromium, which means it looks and feels a lot like Chrome or Edge, familiar and easy to use. But the big difference is that Comet is powered by AI from Perplexity. It's designed to change the way we search, browse, and even complete tasks online. Instead of opening 10 tabs and reading through page after page, Comet's built-in assistant can read, summarize, and even act for you. Right now, Comet is available for both Windows and Mac, and it's free to download during the public release period. Think of it as a new kind of browser that doesn't just show you the web, it helps you understand it. So you shouldn't have any trouble installing Comet. You simply go to the website that I've given you, and you will be able to find the Mac or the Windows version, and you just choose it and you'll download it. Just download into your downloads directory and install it. It's real simple. Let me show you a couple of things that I like to do when I set this up. So you'll see now that I'm using Windows 11. So we're now coming over, and you'll see this is Windows 11, and we're going to find the app. So as we come along, you'll see it says All. I'm going to click this All button, and we're going to come down here, and you'll see Comet, which is just what I've installed. And here we see Comet. And you'll see this is the emblem for Comet. Now what I like to do is I like to have my apps on the taskbar. So I'm going to right click this, and we're not going to pin it to the start, but I'm going to pin it to the taskbar. Okay, so now we're going to pin that to the taskbar, and we should have Comet there. Okay, now let's look at my taskbar. As we come down onto the bottom here, you're going to see these three little buttons. And let me just show you how I've set them up. So the first one you see, and this gets a little confusing, is this is Perplexity. If I click this of course brings up Perplexity, and I have Perplexity Pro. You'll see it right here. This is not Comet. Comet is the next little button, the one that we just made to the taskbar, and it looks different. So you come over here, and this is going to bring up Comet, which is our new browser, our AI browser. So, and then the third one that we have here is, of course, Chrome. And if I click this button here, this brings us into Chrome. So you can have them all three running at the same time. If you look here, I've got Perplexity running, I've got Comet running, and I've got Chrome running. So when you're setting up Comet, this is of course the Comet browser. When you're setting up Comet, it asks if it can bring over some information from Chrome. One of the things I did not let it do was bring over any passwords. For security reasons, I don't want Comet, being a new AI browser, to have any of my passwords in it. We can talk about that later, but that's just a security thing. I've got all my saved tabs along the top, which it has imported, so all your data will import from your Chrome browser. It's really super easy to do. Now, one thing that you'll note as you come up to the top right, it says set Comet as your default browser. Now, I did not do that because I want Chrome to be my default browser. Now, there's one little snafu here. So as you probably are aware, or maybe you're not aware, Google Chrome is not a friendly browser for ad blockers. And there's a long history to this. I'm not going to bore you with that, but it's not a very friendly place for ad blockers. They generally don't work. Maybe you found one that you can sneak in, but generally Chrome is unfriendly to ad blockers. Well, it just so happens that Comet, Perplexity's Comet, is very friendly. And in fact, it comes with an excellent ad blocker that everybody's going to want to use. So I was all excited about this, but guess what? You only get to use the ad blocker if you set Comet as your default browser. Now, in most people, I would encourage you to do that. You're probably going to use Comet as your default browser. But in my case, where I'm doing a lot of work between Chromebooks and other Google products, it's just easier for me to stay in the Chrome environment, the Google Chrome environment. So this is why you see this little button at the top here saying set Comet as default. I didn't do that, so I do not have the ad blocker that comes with Comet. Okay, so let's have a look at Comet. Now remember, Comet is a Chromium-based browser, so the look and feel of it is going to look very much like Chrome. So you'll feel quite comfortable with this. Let's just have a look, and I'll show you the lay of the land, so to speak. All right, so we're now in Comet. Remember, don't get Perplexity and Comet confused because they are two different products. But we are now in Comet, and this, of course, is the Perplexity's AI browser. So let's have a look. At the top, you will see the bookmark bar, and you'll see all my bookmarks that I have, and the bookmark bar is there, which of course is from Chrome. As we come down on the left side, you'll see that there are some new buttons. There's a home button, there's a discover button we'll talk about in a minute, and then there is spaces, finance, and some things that we can put on the right hand side. In the center is, of course, some information. I've been doing some search on current tech news articles, something I always am looking for. And this is sort of, we'll talk a bit about this in a minute. And over on the right hand, you'll see you have your AI assistant, which is all ready. And you can, of course, ask it anything on the right hand side. So you'll feel pretty comfortable with this. There's nothing really super sophisticated or different with this area. Okay, so over on the left hand side, let's go over to the Discover tab. In Comet, one of the key elements you'll find is the left side panel or sidebar that contains different modes or sections to help you browse smarter. Although the documentation does not only explicitly call one area Discover tab, many users refer to the section where the browser surfaces new topics. According to the official blog, Comet transforms any web page into a portal of curiosity. Explore tangential ideas without losing your original context. So in essence, Discover area is a place where the browser suggests content, prompts you in new directions, and helps you find things you might like rather than you having to do a search manually. It brings up suggested topics, sort of a sidewalk of curiosity. When you open a new tab or maybe click the Discover icon in the sidebar, Comet may present a set of topics, questions, or explore the next items related to what you've been browsing. For example, if you're reading about healthy cooking for seniors, the Discover section may show recipes with fewer steps, kitchen tools for limited stirring, or one-pan dinners. Why this matters is it saves you from having to dig through search results or remember to go find related things. It gently nudges you. The Discover area uses context, that pages you currently have open, what you've searched for, and it uses what to suggest tangential items. The official blog says highlight any text to get instant explanations, explore tangential ideas without losing original context. So if you're on a page about printers, for example, your Epson ET3850, the Discover tab might suggest things like best printers for seniors or how to trouble printer queue stuck. The longer you use Comet, the more it learns how you think, and the Discover tab becomes more tailor-made. For example, curiosity is personal. Comet learns how you think in order to think better with you. All right, let's look at spaces. It's the next tab down. Let's click this and see what we come up with. Now, what is spaces? Well, spaces is a feature inside Comet that lets you group, organize, and switch between sets of tabs or browsing sessions in a more structured way. Instead of just having dozens of loose tabs open, you can create a named space, for example, recipe research, travel planning, printer setup, and store the relevant tabs there. One article describes spaces as the browser's smart tab grouping, spaces, multi-modal routing, page-specific chat, and task automations feature. In short, spaces equals workspaces or collection of tabs focused on a single topic or task. There are some benefits of using spaces and how they specifically help older adults or anyone who feel overwhelmed by too many tabs. Less clutter. Instead of maintaining 20-30 tabs in one window, you can split them into meaningful buckets. This reduces visual overload and helps you focus. Topic-based organization. For example, you can create medical articles or coffee gear or family travel, and it makes navigation a lot easier. So in summary, you just create a new space, add a tab to that space, and then you can switch between spaces. You can rename, rearrange, or delete spaces. I think this is going to be pretty cool. Give it a try, play around with it. It's pretty simple to do. But just a reminder that Spaces is not a replacement for bookmarks or folders. It's more about active sessions than long-range storage. Because the feature is relatively new, the automatic grouping may not always be perfect. Some users noted the browser grouped tabs simply by domain name rather than by topic. The Finance tab in Comet acts like a finance dashboard inside the browser. You get a watch list of stocks or assets, coming earnings events, market sentiment, or overview items. It's one of Comet's built-in task workflow focused tabs rather than just browsing for web pages looking for financial information. Sort of puts it all in one spot. The intention appears to be you open the Finance tab and quickly get the key data you care about, selected stocks, earnings, maybe news, without having to manually get it from other different areas. It can give you a centralized financial snapshot, a watch list, maybe for simplicity, earnings and events reminders, and market sentiment or summary view. Now, this is still in the early stage, and it's not a substitute for full brokerage tools. We're not sure about the accuracy and data since, hey, this just came out. So be cautious when you're looking at this. So let's look at a few of Comet's best features and why they're especially useful for seniors. Let's look at task automation and smart search. Comet can help you do things, not just find them. Okay, you say, find a comfortable office chair for under $200. And Comet searches, compares, and shows the results neatly organized. It's like having a personal shopper built right in. This saves time and avoids jumping between shopping sites and tabs. Tabs workflow organization. If you're someone who ends up with 20 tabs open, recipes, emails, news, breaking news, Comet can help you organize them into groups automatically. You can label them cooking, finance, travel, and switch between them with a single click. It's less clutter, less confusion, and a calmer way to browse. And when we're talking about privacy and security, there's something I like. Comet says your personal data stays private. They don't train their AI models on your personal browsing history. Still, I always remind our audience, check your privacy settings, use strong passwords, and sign out on shared computers. So as we summarize this, what do you think of the new Comet browser? I think it's promising new direction on how we use the internet. It's clean, fast, and smart. And for seniors, it can take away a lot of the frustration of searching, reading, and comparing online. If you like trying new things, give Comet a spin. If you prefer to wait for a few updates, it's fine too. But keep an eye on it. I'm Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe, and we'll notify you when we have more videos. Okay, obviously there'll be some questions in the Q&A. Hewie, it is your turn.
I just can't wait. I'll be right there. I'm Hewie Poplock. We're going to explore something that might seem intimidating at first, but I promise you'll find it rewarding. Social media engagement. Whether you're on Facebook or keep up with the family or YouTube to learn new things, your participation matters more than you might think. By the end of this presentation, you'll understand not just how to engage, but why your engagement is so valuable to you and to the content creators you follow. Let's start with our roadmap for today. First, we'll define what social media engagement actually means. It's simpler than you think. Then we'll walk through the basic ways to interact online. By liking and commenting, we'll explore why this matters to you personally, the benefits you'll gain, and finally, we'll discuss how your engagement helps the people creating the content you enjoy. Think of this as your complete guide to becoming an active, confident participant in the online world. Social media engagement is really just a fancy way of saying interaction. When you see a post from your grandchild or a video about gardening, engagement means you don't just scroll past, you interact with it. The three main ways are simple. You can like something to show you enjoyed it, comment to share your thoughts, or follow someone to see more of their content. Think of it as like having a conversation at a community center. You listen, you respond, and you show interest in what others are sharing. Let's start with the simplest form of engagement, the like button. Just like giving someone a thumbs up in real life, clicking like is your way of saying, I enjoyed this, or good job. It takes just one click, but it means a lot. When you like your granddaughter's graduation photo, you're showing you care. When you like a cooking video that taught you something new, you're encouraging the creator to make some more helpful content. It's a small gesture with a big impact. Comments are where you can really connect with people. This is your chance to share your thoughts, ask questions, or offer encouragement. Maybe you see a recipe video and want to share how you made it differently. Or perhaps someone posts about a challenge they're facing and you have wisdom to offer. Remember, your life experience is valuable. Don't hesitate to share it. Keep comments kind and constructive. A simple thank you for sharing this, or this reminds me of, can brighten someone's day. Following or subscribing is like saying, I want to hear more from you. When you follow your local library's Facebook page, you'll see their events and book recommendations. When you subscribe to a YouTube channel about gardening, you'll get notifications about new planting tips. It's your way of building a personalized feed of content you actually care about. Don't worry about following too many people. You can always unfollow later if your interests change. Once you start following people and pages, you might wonder how to keep track of everything. That's where notifications come in. Look for the bell icon. When you click it, you're telling the platform to alert you when that person posts something new. This is especially useful for family members or creators whose content you don't want to miss. You can customize these notifications so you won't be overwhelmed. Think of it as subscribing to a newsletter from your favorite people. Now let's talk about what's in it for you. Social media engagement isn't just about helping others. It benefits you too. First, it helps you stay connected with family and friends, especially those who live far away. Second, it's a great way to keep learning. There's so much knowledge shared online, from cooking tips to historical facts. And third, when you engage positively, you often receive positive responses back, which can brighten your day and boost your confidence. It's a wonderful cycle of connection and learning. Let's focus on family connections first. When your grandchild posts about their soccer game and you like it or comment, great job, you're showing them you care about their life, even from a distance. This is especially important for families spread across different cities or states. Your engagement lets them know they're in your thoughts. You can celebrate birthdays, graduations, and everyday moments together online. It's like being present at family gatherings, even when you can't physically be there. There's something wonderful that happens when you engage positively online. It comes back to you. When you leave encouraging comments or share kind words, people often respond with gratitude and warmth. This can be especially meaningful if you're feeling isolated or want to make new connections. Your wisdom and life experience are valued by people of all ages. Don't underestimate the impact of a thoughtful comment. You might be exactly what someone needed to hear that day. One of the most exciting benefits of social media engagement is discovering new interests and hobbies. Maybe you've always been curious about watercolor painting, bird watching, or Italian cooking. There are creators sharing content about virtually every topic imaginable. By following and engaging with these pages, you can learn new skills, get inspired, and even find local groups or classes. It's like having access to the world's largest library and community center right from your living room. I want to address something important. You absolutely belong in online spaces. Your perspective, wisdom, and experience are valuable contributions to any community. Don't let anyone make you feel like social media is only for young people. Join groups about your interests, share your knowledge, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Many online communities are incredibly welcoming to people of all ages. You might be surprised by the friendships you can build and the respect you'll receive for your insights. Now let's talk about how your engagement helps content creators. When someone takes time to create a video, write a post, or share their knowledge, your likes and comments are like applause at a performance. It tells them that their effort was worthwhile and encourages them to keep creating. Think about it. If you spent time cooking a meal for friends and no one said anything about it, you might not be motivated to cook for them again. This same principle applies online. Your engagement is encouragement. Here's something that might surprise you. Social media platforms use algorithms to decide which posts to show to more people. When you like, comment, or share something, you're essentially telling the platform this is good content that others should see. So your engagement doesn't just encourage the creator, it actually helps their content reach more people who might benefit from it. You're like a trusted friend making a recommendation. Your engagement has real power to amplify voices and content you believe in. Let's talk about staying safe online. Just like the physical world, it's important to be cautious about what personal information you share. Use strong, unique words for your accounts. Be wary of clicking on suspicious links or downloading files from unknown sources. If something seems too good to be true or makes you uncomfortable, trust your instincts. Most social media interactions are positive and safe, but it's always good to be aware. When in doubt, ask a tech-savvy family member or friend for advice. Ready to put this into practice? Let's start with these simple steps you can try today. First, find a family member's post, maybe a photo or update, and click the like button. See how easy that was? Next, try leaving a kind comment on something that made you smile or taught you something new. It could be as simple as thanks for sharing. Finally, find one page or person whose content you enjoy and click follow or subscribe. These 3 actions will start building your engagement habits and connecting you more deeply with your online community. Now let's talk about why your engagement is so important to YouTube creators. When you watch, like, and subscribe to a YouTube channel, you're not showing appreciation, you're actually helping that creator succeed. YouTube's algorithm looks at how many people engage with videos to decide which ones to show more people. So when you hit that like button or subscribe, you're helping your favorite creator reach a bigger audience. Think of it like recommending a good restaurant to your friends. Your engagement is your way of telling YouTube this content is worth sharing with others. Many creators depend on this support to keep making the videos you enjoy watching. Facebook pages work similarly to YouTube channels. When you like a Facebook page or comment on their posts, you're helping that page owner grow community. Facebook shows posts to more people when they see lots of engagement, likes, comments, and shares. So if you really enjoy a local business's post, a hobby group, or even your grandchild's sports team page, your likes and comments help them reach more people in the community. It's like word-of-mouth recommendation in the digital world. Your engagement helps these page creators build stronger connections with their audience. Here's something many people don't realize. Your engagement directly affects whether creators can earn money from their content. YouTube and Facebook pay creators based on how many people watch and engage with their videos and posts. The more likes, comments, and subscribers they get, the more money they can earn from advertisements. This income helps them buy better equipment, spend more time creating content, and even support their families. So when you engage with content you enjoy, you're literally helping creators turn their passion into a suitable career. It's a wonderful way to support people who are entertaining or educating you. Finally, let's talk about community building. When you consistently engage with creators, especially by leaving thoughtful comments, you become part of their community. Creators often respond to comments, and you might find yourself having conversations with other viewers who share your interests. This creates a supportive environment where everyone benefits. Creators get feedback and encouragement. Viewers connect with like-minded people, and everyone learns from each other. As seniors, you bring valuable life experience and wisdom to these communities. Your perspectives are often deeply appreciated by both creators and other community members. Don't be shy about participating. Your voice matters. Let's review the 3 most important things to remember. Like equals support. It's your way of showing appreciation with just one click. The bell icon helps you stay updated. Use it to get notifications from people and pages you don't want to miss. And comments equal connection. They're your opportunity to share your thoughts and build relationships. These 3 simple actions, like, notify, and comment, are your tools for meaningful social media engagement. You don't need to be a tech expert to make a difference online. You now have all the knowledge you need to engage confidently on social media. Remember, every expert was once a beginner, and every small interaction makes a difference. Start slowly, be kind, and don't be afraid to participate. Your voice matters, your experience is valuable, and the online community is better with you in it. If you like to practice what you've learned, you can visit Tech for Seniors YouTube channel or Hewie Poplock's YouTube channel or our Facebook pages. We'd love to see your engagement there. Thank you for your time and your attention. I'm Hewie Poplock.
Thanks, Huey. That was a great video. Thanks so much for doing that. I have a couple of comments I'll mention, but we'll save those for the Q&A. Now, just before we get to Mike's section, I just want to thank everyone who are over on YouTube who've been watching over there. Thank you for watching. This is where we end the YouTube feed. If you want to participate in the Q&A and see our entertainment outro, you can certainly do so and just come over and we'll let you in to our video or our YouTube our our YouTube feed. So anyway, we will take it from there. Just let me turn this off and we will stop the live stream and take it away, Mike.
Okay, Ron, you just want to co-host me there, please?
Did you go out and come back in?
Yeah, I did, unfortunately.
Oh, because
okay, folks, start talking here. I guess by looking at my records, I've been doing this for about 38 weeks now. So I guess that means my probationary period's over and they can't fire me anymore. So I've decided to take some liberties and rename things. So I'm renaming this segment to the Entertainment Corner. And part of that is not only we're going to encompass music, but we'll look at some other things like we did a couple of weeks ago when we did the Ed Sullivan feature, where we looked at the impact that it's had. But we're also going to look at some movies, because apparently some people have been interested in the movies I've suggested. So I'm just going to share up my page here and find the right button to push here. And it's this guy. So you can see I even did a new thing. I got a new logo here. So this starts off, this will change the title next time around. But we'll start off with notable events in music history for October the 27th. On this day in 1960, Benny King recorded Stand By Me. And as a note, that was a feature on Alexa this morning. On October 27, 1990, Janet Jackson's song Black Cat reached #1 on the US Billboard 100 and also topped the mainstream rock chart, making it the first song to simultaneously achieve that. In 1975, Bruce Springsteen appeared on the covers of both Time and Newsweek in the same week, a rare major media milestone in his career. In 2013, Lou Reed of the Velvet Underground passed away at the age 71. In 1966, the Four Tops, were #1 on the UK singles chart with Reach Out, I'll Be There, their only UK #1. Some honorary mentions. Today is observed as World Day for Audiovisual Heritage by UNESCO because of its connection to sound and audiovisual archives and heritage. Now, this segment I'm going to change the name of to Prime Picks because most of the stuff is going to come from Prime Video. But here's my movie pick for the week. The movie is Moving On. It's the story of two old friends who reconnect at a funeral and decide to get revenge on the widower who messed with them decades before. It stars Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin. It received 2 Academy Award nominations. And here's the link. I'll put it in the chat in a moment to the IMDb section on it so you can see a little more and get some of the background. And we're going to play the trailer here in a minute that's on YouTube for it. Because this week is also Halloween, I've also included, a second movie link, which I'll be doing for my seniors here on Friday night. Boo! A Madea holiday, Halloween. So she lands in the midst of mayhem when she spends a haunted Halloween fending off killers, paranormal poltergeists, ghosts, ghouls, and zombies while keeping a watchful eye on their wild teenage great niece, starring Tyler Perry. And again, here's the IMDb link, and again, I'll post that. So my intent is that there will be a movie selection every week, and my intent is in picking a movie that it's something that seniors can relate to, has a lighter side, it's a feel-good movie, that kind of thing. So that's what you can look forward from me for that. Our music selections for the week, well, have to play Benny King, Stand By Me, and I've also included the link for the Four Tops, Reach Out and I'll Be There. So Ron, if you'd like to play the Benny King song first, and then we'll come back and do the movie trailer.
Okay.
I'll unshare this.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Hopefully everybody had a great show today. I'm sure there will be lots of questions coming up about the new browser. Let me just remind everybody before you leave, we have, of course, 3 selections in our premiere video. One, of course, is I'll be talking about Google Fi, what it is, how to use it, and Chris Gould is going to talk about removing backgrounds from your photos. And of course, Hewie's going to talk on browser shortcuts, Chrome browser shortcuts. Cool, good stuff. So all that will be coming at 1:30. Don't forget, this Thursday, we're also going over all the tech news of the week. And we might even have Bill James join us. He's working on that, so we'll see if we can get Bill to join us this Thursday and have some fun.